Welcome. Come on in and welcome to the very first episode, the premiere of Seattle with Sippi. I am your host, Sippi, also known as, to some, Handsome Man Chris on Clean Greens Living Radio. So no more of that for now. Here we are today, Sippi. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a wonderful journey ahead of us, folks. Let's get right into it. I am your host, and this is what you can expect. This is a show about Seattle through the lens of Sippi. You know, we're going to be talking about things that's going on in the city. We're going to be talking about music and food and so much more, community and so much more. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I look forward to starting this journey with you. So today's topic, really quickly, is called Familiar Places and Familiar Faces. I am a familiar face right here at Rainier Avenue. If you see the studio, this is the studio that I was introduced to on Clean Greens Living Radio as the co-host. And here I am on my very own situation. Thank you. Shout out to Daniel. So let's get right into it. I want to talk about my weekend opening up. I had the opportunity to go to a Seahawks game. It was my first Seahawks game, and I'm not a Seahawks fan. Sorry. I'm a Giants fan, so I got to go see my Giants, and I saw my Giants get the W. So shout out to Seattle Seahawks. I know you guys are playing the 49ers right now, so good luck. But shout out to my Giants for the big W. I needed that. I had the opportunity to get some gloves after the game from Brian Burns, number 0, a.k.a. Spider-Man. So shout out to him for that too. I actually have a surprise for everybody today. And keeping in tune with the theme of familiar faces, familiar places, I have a familiar face that's going to be joining me as my co-host today. And let me just take 1 second to talk about this guest. Some of you know her as Breon Scott. I know her as Queen Bree, best boss ever, life coach extraordinaire. And I really wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't even have this opportunity if it wasn't for Breon. She actually took a chance on me to extend an opportunity to work for the company, which in turn turned into me getting the opportunity to co-host the podcast with her. So shout out to Breon. I'm so very grateful to have her here in Seattle and have her here in the studio and my show. So joining us on camera too, soon enough, Breon Scott, ladies and gentlemen, Queen Bree.
Hey, what's up? Oh, I need to scoot over.
There we go.
Wow, I'm gonna have to record this. Thank you. Record this
Welcome.
intro.
No, yeah. You like that? So yeah, Breon Scott is happens to be the director at Clean Greens Farm and Market, which I assist her there and do other things when I'm acting right. And she also co-hosts the show on Clean Greens Living Radio, and she brought me on, and it became our baby.
Yes.
And now, you know,
why are you looking at me like that? I agree.
Well, just making sure.
One of the best co-hosts I've had. Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yes,
and
good
for
energy.
Me, I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. So I would never open my first show. It only felt right. It felt like the right thing to do.
I feel so special.
So there we go. Familiar. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah. Familiar faces and familiar places.
Hey, everybody.
How is everybody doing today? So Breon,
yes.
How do you feel being a co-host?
Wow.
And not the, you know,
I feel like ever since you came to Clean Greens Living Radio, I was the co-host because
no.
Everybody was focusing on how handsome you were.
Here we go.
Not the things that I had to say, but
really quickly, I don't I won't make a habit of cutting my guests off there on the show. But I need to pause there.
Wow.
No more handsome man.
I went from the best boss to be quiet.
It's just
I didn't say, did I say handsome man, Chris? I just said that people said you were handsome.
Oh yeah, no, it's triggering. So here we are. We Sippi. You see at the bottom left corner, Sippi, and that's happens to be where I'm from. So but yeah, so again,
I'm from Oklahoma. Why you keep making it seem like I was born here, but I love it here. I was raised here.
So yeah, a little bit about me. Born and raised in Mississippi. I actually split between Georgia and Mississippi, and I've somehow found my way to the Pacific Northwest, and it's been a journey. But it's actually been very, very cool. I'm happy to call Seattle home for the moment, and I'm grateful for all the love and the connections I've made since I've been here. So,
are you grateful for those connections you made since you've been here?
I'm grateful for most of those connections that I've made since I've been here. You know,
because we see some familiar places and some places. No, I'm just playing. I'm gonna leave you alone.
But anywho, so again, welcome to Seattle with Sippi. It's like a little play on words too, SEE, because we're gonna see this city through the lens of Christopher. And I have some pushback. So I opened up with the weekend and the game. Are you a Seahawks fan? First and foremost?
I am a Seahawks fan.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it pained me to see that my team lost to yours because I was like,
shout out to the New York
One more thing I have to hear from him.
New York football Giants,
but we still look good on there. You guys just...
I want to say you guys have some great fans. You have a beautiful stadium. Lumen Field was amazing.
It was a beautiful day.
It was a very beautiful day to get a very beautiful win. And I think it's been a long time since we had a win here in Seattle. So again, shout out to my Giants for getting the job done. What else we got here?
I don't know. You tell me. Tell me how your experience is with Seattle.
Yeah.
Turn the tables. Well, you said this show was about the lens of Seattle through your eyes. Please elaborate. Okay. Tell us. You've been here how long?
I've been here a little over a year. I'm just gonna keep the filters on for now.
What filter? This is your show.
No, it's been amazing.
I think you should just be yourself, and if you want to get smart, because you keep giving those shady looks. So
no shade.
Tell us about Seattle. What do you love the most about Seattle, besides having the best boss in the land?
There you go. That's it. You took my answer. I got nothing now. No, actually, there's a lot to love about Seattle. For me, some of you may or may not know, I'm a farmer. Wait.
Watch you look at me.
Hold on.
What?
Okay.
He's a farmer, y'all.
Thank you. That was kind of rude. I'm gonna start over. Some of you may or may not know, but I'm a farmer. So my answer would have to be about Seattle and Washington State as a whole. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love the nature. I love the scenery. You get a little bit of everything. You got what you guys call beaches, which I'm not too familiar with as a beach, but beaches and mountains, and
Did you go to Golden Gardens?
The one that actually has sand?
Yeah,
I've been there.
That looks like a beach.
Yeah, it looked like the sand was.
It may not be as hot.
But I actually happen to love Seattle. Seattle is a very cool place. It's different from the South, man. Super different from the South, but it is a cool place to live and or visit. So if you have that on your radar, please pop out and check it out. What did you do this weekend? I went to my brother and his wife were also in town from Fresno, California. So shout out to Leon and Tasha. They came in town. We had the opportunity to hang out and catch up and go to the Giants game. I am from Mississippi, so a little backstory. My father happened to play for the New York Giants. So I'm a fan by birthright. So it was cool to spend some time with my brother at the game. So shout out to them. Back to you. What did you do this weekend?
I didn't do anything. I live a very boring life in Seattle. I relaxed and watched the game and thought maybe I'll get to see handsome man Chris on that screen.
Okay.
Because you have some really good seats.
All right.
So handsome man, can I ask you a question?
Talk to me.
How is the dating life here in Seattle versus the dating life in Atlanta, Mississippi?
Well, I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know why?
No. I'm not dating here in Seattle.
My.
Thank you, Daniel.
Why?
Hey, listen.
Tell us about this.
So some of you guys are new. Sometimes, for some of you guys, it's your first time seeing me on camera. I do co-host another show. It should be called Shady Living with Queen Bree.
Wow.
That's what it should be called. So
I'm sorry.
so
if you guys check out the
shade,
last episode, someone was very shady that day.
It's coming from this side.
This is not shady. I'm just trying to get to know you and you said you want to talk about Seattle. So I just want to know from your perspective of Seattle, because I've been here since I was a kid. So right, exactly.
Shout out to my cousin, Big Schnar, my cousin in there, Jamario from Miami, all the way from Miami. My aunt Carolyn,
who says she can't believe that.
She's saying she can't believe that I got my show. Thank you.
Is she saying that
Shout
she can't believe you got? Okay, you said I'm being shady.
So no, I'm not dating.
I'm just messing.
No, it's fine. I'm not dating in Seattle. I couldn't really speak to the dating scene because I don't know much about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I am a God-fearing, hardworking man from the South.
Yes, you are. You are.
Thank you.
I
And
agree.
and my priorities just hasn't been dating currently. So I would love to offer some insight, but I won't be able to, Nah, just
So you said you're. Oh, this isn't my show. I'm gonna
no, no,
shut
no.
up.
What's your question?
No,
Please,
because I
please.
don't want no
By all
problems.
means, go ahead. You've
I
already
don't want
started.
no
We've
problems.
opened this can.
Okay, so
we can't
since
close
we're
it.
here,
We can't close it
you
back.
said you're a God-fearing man and you don't date. It's not your priority. Tell us more about that. It's not your priority. What is your priority?
So my priority
Mhm.
is the reason that I came to Seattle. I'm fortunate enough to have a situation back home in Mississippi. I came here to learn, to network, and grow my knowledge in agriculture. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Shout out to Clean Greens
Mhm.
and you guys for bringing me up on the farm. So that's what I'm here for. I'm
Do
not
you know
here
that you don't
for a
like?
long time.
You may not say anything, but your face and your eyes just be telling the whole world that you're cussing me out in your face.
Never.
Never.
As a
Okay.
matter of
No,
fact,
he's gentle.
I don't even cuss.
He
But
he's
anywho,
gentle. Okay. Okay. So how do because the girlies clearly like you, and this isn't from me saying this. This is from us being on the show. I've been hosting this show for years,
I
and
don't know
I
how
ain't
we got
ever.
here. I
I'm,
really don't know how we got here,
you know
people.
what? Because this is your show. We're introducing the people to who you are.
No, I don't know.
And what they can expect.
Right.
And when the girlies start fanning out and be like, ooh, look at that handsome man, that chestnut brown man. And they come on here and they're trying to holler at you. But you're like, I have priorities and I'm not gonna be dating. So how do you stop that? Like how do you stay focused?
That's a good question.
Because a lot of people say that, but they don't stay focused.
Priorities are and it's important. And it's important
Willpower. How do you do that?
Your priorities and your affairs in order.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the strongest man. So that's a good question. Your willpower, I lean on the Lord. Now what do you do when you find yourself in your weakest moment?
I lean on the Lord.
Absolutely.
And my friend Chris, who brings me back to reality.
Amen. I just do what I can. I'm just a simple man. I'm a simple man. Again, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Seattle with Sippi, the very first episode. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I appreciate that, man. Come on in. Come on in.
Ladies and like,
I really appreciate that. This is going to be a journey. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get to know each other. It's not just going to be all about me. We're going to get to know each other in the process, and we're going to find out some things about each other. So let's grow together. You know what I mean? At Clean Greens, the saying, my slogan was loyal to the soil. Same soil, but over here it's same dirt, different shirt. Welcome to Seattle.
I appreciate you guys too, Christina. I really do.
Oh, Christina checking in.
Yeah.
Shout out to Christina. This isn't the Breon show, but we definitely appreciate Breon. And this first episode is about.
She just said she appreciate me. Oh, you're supposed to say you appreciate Chris, y'all.
Yeah, this is you can find.
Oh, now you see
Tuesdays.
how it feels to come on a show when somebody pay attention to you, the other person.
No, they come to the show for you.
No, she was like, Chris is so handsome.
No, oh, well, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So if you're just tuning in, man, come on in, jump in the comments. We're talking to Queen Bree, who happens to be my first guest, who actually is also the person who introduced me to this podcast game, to this podcast world. So it was only right.
You came in here and you was killing it.
It was only right to have her on here, and she is the most shady,
greasy
baby.
I'm
not to
not
be
shady.
Confused with anybody
I just be
else.
matching energy. Chris came to Seattle, and he's been teaching me how to, be more firm, be more strict, check people, don't let nobody play with him. And so I'm just learning from the best, from my elder. I'm not shady.
All right, soft girl phase. Let's be in your soft girl phase. Shout out to Christina. Christina, you're in your soft girl phase, so you know a little bit.
Thanks
about
to Sippi, we are able to be soft because he comes in there and he just takes care of us. We appreciate you, Sippi.
And I receive that. Shout out to me. You know what I mean? I do what I can when I can.
We appreciate you.
So thank you for
he opened doors,
acknowledging that.
He ain't got to pick nothing up when he's around.
It's only right. I was raised right.
Get our cars working.
Shout out to my auntie and shout out to my grandmother, man, who actually she has a 90th birthday coming up, November 9th. Everybody jump in the comments as you tune in and wish my grandmother a happy 90th, man. That's a big accomplishment. Looking forward to getting down there and spending some time with her. And that's just a testament of how I was raised. Good foundation, good upbringing, and
by beautiful black women.
The results, good. Yeah. That was, yeah.
That
Okay.
wasn't. That was just
So,
acknowledging the women.
thank you. Yes, we acknowledge the women over here. So we're acknowledging you guys. For sure. Be acknowledged. Again, Seattle Seahawks and the 49ers game is going on right now. People jump in the comments, let me know who you got.
Seattle.
It is a home game, so may the best team win. Tough loss again last week to those Giants. Christina, that's right. Christina also has a birthday coming up. Shout out to you again. Scorpio season is
Christina.
upon us.
What we doing for the birthday?
That's a great question. So, with you being from Oklahoma, and when did you get to Seattle?
When I was 8.
When you were 8.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So being here for close to
I've been here for a while.
Yeah, you've been here for a while. So what are the things that you notice that stick out the most that's completely different from Oklahoma?
That's completely different from Oklahoma. I mean, first of all, it's faster. It is.
Okay.
You know, I used to think our memory of Oklahoma used to be so small and just country. But when we went back, it's not much of a difference. It's beautiful greenery, land, water.
Okay.
I don't know. I just love it here. It's beautiful here. There's lots to do. A lot of, what is it? If you want to get out in the air, if you want to get out, like most people want to go hiking, we have that. We have beautiful mountains. Have you been to Mount Rainier?
I have not been to Mount Rainier.
We should go to Mount Rainier.
Yeah, it's on my list for sure. Because I see it all the time.
It's beautiful. Animals there in certain areas, they be walking.
That's right. My aunt just commented that my dad also played a short period of time with the 49ers. So I guess you're right. I got to go for the 49ers. My dad also played for them in 83. So yeah, you're right, Auntie. I got to go for the Niners today.
You have to go for the Niners.
I do, man. Shout out to those Seahawks, though. You guys hang in there, man. Gino, I see you. Oh, and DK Metcalf. He also went to Ole Miss. Hotty toddy. If anybody knows me, you know it's hotty toddy all day long. Mississippi. Please tap in. That's right. Christina will be in Mississippi celebrating with Sugar Baby for her birthday. She's also going down. That's absolutely right. So it should be a lot of fun. You should come down.
I can't come down then because I will be out of town that following week.
Oh, that's right. You do have a little vacay coming up. You know,
a much needed vacation.
I'll let her tell you where she's going.
I'm going to Cabo.
Cabo.
Yes, I'm going to Cabo
Lucas
for a couple of days and see how everyone lives without
me. She acting funny already. You can already tell she's got a beach in her near and dear.
Yeah, there will be beaches. I will be very PG-13 because I walk with the Lord as well.
Hey man,
and He is my shepherd.
Won't He do it?
Yes, He
that's
will.
A beautiful thing. Yeah, that's what I love to hear over here at
Christina Cabo. I will be there for like 6 days. Beautiful.
Good deal. So I almost asked Christina for an update at the farm, but not here. Over here, we're going to talk about what's going on in Seattle. Let's talk about the weather. We're getting into the season of is it called the Big Freeze?
No. You know so much about Seattle, and I've been here for years. No, there's a Seattle freeze.
There is something called a Seattle freeze.
Is there?
Oh,
I don't know.
That's what you're doing.
What?
So I got here last year.
Daniel, is there something called the Seattle freeze?
There is a Seattle freeze, Daniel. I know.
I just know that we have like a summer from like maybe the end of June to August. Sometimes it heads into September, and it'll be raining and fallish. But we don't really get cold until like.
Well, so she's married with kids and running company, so she's might not be in the fold of this. When I got here,
I don't even.
I went to my first.
I get that this is your show, but you just keep cutting me off. This is how you gonna treat your guests?
No.
You didn't even let me finish.
You was trying to.
But you're saying that I'm married and kids, I don't get to see outside. So you basically saying people who married don't get to
about the Seattle freeze. It's like it's one of those things. If you know, you know. You're saying no, you haven't heard of it.
Because I'm like, we only get snow like the end of December, mostly January, February. It's not. It only froze over like once or twice.
Well, yeah. So what I was trying to say before.
I'm just
nothing to do with the weather, guys.
Thank you. That's exactly what. Shout out.
Tell me something.
Shout out to Daniel.
Tell me something because I don't know. What is it? Well, then tell me what it is, Mr.
From my
Seattle.
Okay. I was trying to get you there. From what my understanding is, it's kind of like hookup season, for lack of a better word.
Oh, Seattle freeze. I thought it was cuddle season or something like that. Not freeze.
Well, yeah. Well, that's not the slanguage in Seattle. It's called the Seattle freeze.
I'm a grown woman. I don't be keeping up with the slang.
Understandable. Understandable.
But
I gave you that disclaimer.
yeah, but men do be trying to find a place to live.
Look at Christina.
Exactly, Christina. Cuffing season.
See, look, she said for
Cuffing
real,
season.
like you never heard of Seattle
I
Freeze?
have not heard of Seattle Freeze.
So people, jump in the comments if you're watching locally here in Seattle.
I've
I know you've heard of the
cuffing
Seattle
season.
Freeze. It's a real thing. So people were telling me that was like, beware the Seattle Freeze because this is, and for lack of the correct term, cuffing season, like Breon referred to it, and people like literally just jump in a relationship for body heat.
But not you, because you got priorities.
Oh, I'm not
you
from
walk
here.
with the Lord.
I'm not from here, so I'm learning. I'm still learning the lay of the land.
It got nothing to do with dating.
Okay. Well, you know what? What is the
ladies?
Seattle
Make
Freeze?
sure he has a place to live. What is the Seattle Freeze?
The Seattle Freeze?
Please tell me.
I gotta know now.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought the Seattle Freeze was the way people.
How cold people are.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so
how cold they are, like they don't speak. I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, Seattle don't speak.
So it has nothing to do with dating. I don't know why.
That's why I was like, Chris, how did you get out of not dating?
Because
Because you're so nice, and Seattle people don't really talk. So when you come in here with that Southern charm, I'm pretty sure the ladies are throwing their underwear at you, their panties at you, right? So how do you block that?
I don't.
Women are not used to men coming in here being nice and
I catch them. I fold them like origami, put them in my pocket, and collect them for later.
And that's why.
No, man, it's not the case. I wish it was. I'm not saying I wish that was, but that's definitely not the case out here. People are more anti than in the South. You know, people definitely walk up to you and come up to you. I've seen people on the side of the road and people just drive by them car after car after car. That's one thing you don't have to worry about in the South. Like everybody is willing to feed you. Everybody is willing to stop and help you out. Shout out to Julie C in the comments, man. Thank you for tapping in. It means the world.
You need to have her on the show so we can talk more about the
for sure. We're definitely gonna get Julie up here. I got a lot planned for you guys, man. We're gonna have some great guests, man. I'm gonna try to get Breon up here as much as I can because you know you can't make this up. This is like the real deal. What my day looks like, camera on or camera off, and can't get enough
Chris
of it.
be wanting to argue all the
time. Never. So
I don't know what it is about a strong Black woman that people just have to beat her into submission.
Come on now, you seen Serafina?
Mm-hmm.
Great movie. So let's see what you think, Christina. You choose another word for anti for sure. But you're right. There's better words. People are really. So I got a little time left. So it's weird. People aren't really friendly. However, they want you to participate with them. They want you to go along with what they got going on. I'm gonna skip over this topic.
Why? Because
you gave me the he about to get canceled. Nah,
no, I wasn't about to say that. I was just gonna say, I can see how people are more opening to you because you're a beautiful Black man in Seattle and you're not from here.
Oh my God.
As we're women, I feel the antifreeze, and so people are more. I can see where you're saying they're like, be a part of this, and you're like. But you were a part of some things here in Seattle.
Yeah. Well, like what?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh yeah, I did. I had an opportunity to work at the Patricia Clark Justice Center. I ran a cafe.
Be ready for battle all the time.
Space there at Patricia Clark. Great place too, man. I know people have mixed feelings about this place, and I won't get into that or the politics of that. But I did have the opportunity to work there.
Why won't you? Seattle. It's Seattle.
Yeah, it is Seattle, but there's certain things that we're gonna tiptoe around for as long as we can. Shout out to everybody that's joining on Facebook too, man. My aunt Patty, Patricia Love, I see you. My cousin Brian, man. Bunker, thank you for tapping in. Corey, my sister Tasha, Quincy, my aunt Tanya, man. Everybody that's tapping in, I appreciate that.
Why did you choose Seattle? Why was it important for people to see Seattle through your lens?
Because I think that because I'm not from here, so I definitely have a different opinion than the majority that's like from here. I'm not a local, so I get to see it from like an unbiased.
You're superior to us?
No, not superior at all. I just can offer a different type of perspective. Yeah.
You mean like it's like when we talk about mental health and when we talk about fentanyl and all that?
Listen, it's different. I told you guys, I got here my first weekend here. I opened the door for a young lady and she grabbed the door, and it took me like a minute to realize I still had the handle in my hand. And I looked down and she was like pulling it, and I let go, and she was like, "Thank you." And I was like, "I'm sorry. I'm from the South. I was taught to open doors." And she goes, "I was taught to open doors too." So that's some Pacific. That's the Seattle freeze.
Oh, I'm
That's
not
the
down with that
Seattle
Seattle
freeze.
freeze. Give me that Southern charm.
You
Please
know,
open the door.
so
Please take out the garbage. Please fill my gas tank
gets
up.
tricky to navigate at times. You know what I mean?
Christina, you think he tiptoeing?
I am. I got.
Why are you tiptoeing? This is your show.
Well, you know, it's just, I want you guys to come back. You know,
we'll come back. Everybody go
on the first episode.
Chris, people coming back.
I hope so.
Everybody love Chris. Everybody love Chris.
You be coming back?
Anytime I can come hang with Chris, yes.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
I love this. This is amazing, man.
We're really friends outside of this, y'all.
What I know, it's missing Deacon Janet, man. Where Deacon Janet?
Did you? You didn't tell her about it. You got to send it to her.
I got to send that to her.
Yeah.
Man. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Who else we got here? My cuz Bobby Luciano McNabb out in that G, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody on Facebook tuning in. Please stay tuned. It gets greater later. Thank you guys for joining. Kind of a bumpy first episode. I had my nerves everywhere. I had to stop and have me a little drink to knock the edge off, and Breon came with all the shade, so that definitely helps.
I didn't come with the shade. I was just trying to get to know you with the audience, because now we're not at work. We're getting to know each other outside of work.
That's a fact. Well, this is kind of like work. But anyway, I look forward to being the voice that you hear at 5:30 p.m. when you're getting off work and you're tired of your job and you're tired of dealing with people.
Your job?
No, you're tired of dealing with people at your job, and you're tired of the Seattle freeze and the traffic. Just come on in and Seattle with Sippi. Have a seat, get real comfortable, and let's get into it.
The Lord trumps your show.
That's right. The Lord trumps your show.
Because he walked with the Lord, so he ain't even got to trump his show.
You got to know this. You got to know that. I mean, I think that shows. I think that shows. It shows. I think some people say chestnut and mahogany, whatever, but I think what they're seeing is the Lord. God fearing. The Lord got his hands on me, man. So shout out to again.
Shine that chestnut hazel brown light on everybody.
That's right. Drive home with Chris Sippi. That's right. Christina, let them know.
Hey, that's a good that's a good tagline.
Is it?
It is. Oh,
okay. So we should help it up in comments for hashtags and taglines. I didn't know that's something we were doing, but that was a good tagline.
I'm not in charge. I'm just
Christina,
giving ideas because I thought we were friends, but okay.
Oh, we definitely friends. And like I said, man, shout out to your friends. Check on your friends and celebrate your friends. Don't ever get too carried away, too busy. Just take the time and pay gratitude and say thank you. Look your friend right in the eye and say thank you. Thank you, friend. Thank you for showing up for me. And I hope I show up for you the same way.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that. That's all love. That's all love. You know what I mean? We spread love around here. Let's get into it.
I love my chestnut hazel brown friend.
Hey guys, thank you.
Look at that Seattle braids
with Sippi. Same dirt, different shirt is the slogan. Coming to a t-shirt real soon. Get real familiar. And again, we're gonna do this every Thursday at 5:30 until they tell us to stop. So please tune in. I'm looking forward to everybody. Please be looking forward to what I have for you guys. Got some great things in store. Just wanted to come out here and show face. And a familiar place, bringing it full circle. Familiar places, familiar faces. Breon Scott. Oh man, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
I mean,
thanks for having me. I feel so honored.
The honor is mine. The pleasure.
Thank you.
Is all mine as well, man. And shout out to D Bells, the best.
Now, Daniel, you done came on 2 people's shows, so when Clean Greens comes back, I expect to see your face when I come back on screen.
My aunt, Tanya Broadway, great show. Thank you, Auntie. Cuz appreciate you. Same shirt, different shirt, big snar. You know what that means. And Christina, thank you for the love. I need this. I need acknowledgement. I need all the love. I need y'all to come here and let y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Chris gets all the love, y'all, but we can give him more.
Let's do it again, man. Next week, Deontay. Come on, Deontay. Better late than never.
Well.
But I was looking for Deontay. Shout out to Deontay. Thank you for tuning in, man. That's love. I'll see you guys next week right here on Seattle with Sippi. Thank you.
Here with the Rainier Avenue Radio Traffic Update. You can listen to us in your car 24/7 anytime by downloading the free TuneIn app. Once you do, search Rainier Avenue Radio